Imagine pressing the accelerator and feeling nearly 2,000 horsepower attack all four wheels at once. No roaring V8, no screaming V12, just instant electric power. Enough to turn this low-slung machine into one of the most extreme hypercars ever created. This is the Lotus Evija, and what makes it truly fascinating is that it doesn't look like a normal electric car at all. It looks like something that escaped from a futuristic racing simulator and somehow became road legal. The Evija was created as Lotus's first fully electric hypercar, and the numbers behind it are almost unbelievable. Its powertrain uses 4 electric motors, one driving each wheel, with a target output around 2,000 PS and roughly 1,700 Nm of torque. More recent specifications put output at about 2,020 to 12 horsepower. That means this isn't simply an electric sports car with a big battery. It was engineered from the beginning to challenge the very fastest hypercars on the planet. And here is where things get serious. Lotus has stated that the Evija can target 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 3 seconds, while 0 to 300 kilometers per hour is targeted at under 9 seconds. Its electronically limited top speed is around 350 kilometers per hour, or 218 miles per hour. Think about that for a moment. Before many cars have even reached their maximum speed, the Evija is still accelerating toward 300. But raw power is only half the story. Look closely at the body, and you'll notice something unusual. The Evija is designed around airflow. Instead of simply pushing air around the car, Lotus created huge aerodynamic channels through the bodywork, including dramatic Venturi tunnels behind the doors. Air is guided through these openings to help create downforce while reducing aerodynamic resistance. The result is a body that looks almost hollow in places. But every opening has a purpose. The car also uses active aerodynamics, including an active rear spoiler and an F1-inspired drag reduction system. In track mode, these systems can automatically adjust to improve aerodynamic performance. Even the absence of conventional door mirrors has a purpose. Cameras are integrated into the bodywork, helping reduce drag and giving the Evija an unmistakably futuristic appearance. And then there is the chassis. Lotus has always been obsessed with lightweight engineering, and the Evija continues that philosophy with a full carbon fiber monocoque. The car is only about 122 millimeters tall and roughly 2 meters wide, giving it an extremely low and aggressive stance. Current published specifications list its weight at around 1,087 kilograms, remarkably serious for a 4-motor electric hypercar, carrying a large, high-performance battery system. That battery is another interesting part of the story. The Evija uses a mid-mounted battery pack, rather than simply placing the entire battery underneath the floor. Like many ordinary electric vehicles, this helps maintain a performance-focused weight distribution and preserves the driving character Lotus wanted. The battery capacity is listed around 93 kilowatts in later specifications, while Lotus has targeted rapid charging capability using a high-power charger. Range, however, is not what the Evija was built to maximize. Published targets have varied, with Lotus initially quoting around 250 miles under the WLTP cycle, while current material lists a target closer to 215 miles. Real-world range can obviously change depending on speed, temperature, driving style, and other conditions. And honestly, that tells you everything about this car. The Evija isn't trying to be the electric equivalent of a family sedan. It is trying to be an electric hypercar first. Inside, the futuristic theme continues. Instead of overwhelming the cabin with unnecessary luxury, the design focuses on the driver. Digital displays provide essential information, while the steering wheel and controls have a distinctly motorsport-inspired appearance. And because this is a Lotus, the philosophy is still about connecting the driver to the machine rather than simply surrounding them with technology. But perhaps the most astonishing thing about the Evija isn't its horsepower, its acceleration, or even its design. It's how rare it is. Lotus planned to build a maximum of just 130 examples worldwide. That number isn't random. It pays tribute to the car's original Type 130 project designation. With production limited to such a tiny number, the Evija was designed to be an extremely exclusive machine from day one. And the price reflects that exclusivity. Early announced pricing was in the region of 1.8 to 2 million before duties and taxes, while more recent estimates have placed the car at well above 2 million US dollars. In other words, this is far beyond the price of an ordinary supercar. It sits in the territory of ultra-rare hypercars where performance, engineering, craftsmanship, and exclusivity all become part of the package. So, is the Lotus Evija simply another ridiculously powerful electric car? Absolutely not. It represents a major turning point for Lotus, a company famous for lightweight sports cars, racing heritage, and the philosophy of doing more with less. The Evija takes that philosophy into the electric era and combines it with technology that would have sounded impossible just a few years ago. Nearly 2,000 horsepower, 4 electric motors, all-wheel drive, carbon fiber construction, active aerodynamics, around 350 kilometers per hour, and only 130 examples planned. The Lotus Evija isn't trying to replace the classic supercar experience with electricity. It is creating an entirely different definition of what a hypercar can be. And that may be the most exciting part of all, because the Evija proves that the future of performance doesn't necessarily have to be quieter, slower, or less emotional. It can be completely electric and still absolutely outrageous.